people. Welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We are here for a big game preview from Home Park. Obviously, we're not at Home Park, but there is a game that's going to happen at Home Park this weekend. Plymouth Argyle versus Doncaster Rovers, hence why you see that man here. Mr. Chandler, how are we doing? Not normally on an Argyle-related stream, so I'm sure you're excited to be on a big club stream.
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Thank you very much. Thanks for letting me come on the show. Like I said, usually around this time of my nights, I'd be editing videos, making sure my work schedule fits in my YouTube schedule, and not really any free time barely. So great to be doing another show.
Tell me about it. I mean, for the people watching, this is pre-recorded at 11 p.m. on a Thursday night.
I couldn't live stream this on the Friday you're watching this due to personal reasons we won't go into. But
to be fair, and I don't think I had time to do it on Friday. It's unreal how much work is being done. But I just want to comment. I love watching that intro. I could watch that back for years.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that is a good intro.
Watching not only us score against Exeter twice, one of our players go and celebrate in front of their fans, which I just find lovely, and then seeing Paul Cook with a slight smirk after we scored a last-minute winner in the playoff final, and then of course all ended by our manager, Mr. Ryan Lowe, giving the Devonport end a fist bump, his traditional celebration. But we best get straight into this now. Both teams are coming in on contrasting form, to say the least. Argyle in fourth place, could have been top if we didn't decide to bottle it last night to Pompey. I would say I'm surprised, but it's Pompey, and we always seem to draw against them at Fratton Park. Next year, I'll be predicting a 2-2 draw if we're playing each other, by the way, because that's been the same thing that's happened for the past 2 years. No, in my luck, we'll end up smashing them 4-0 next year or something like that. But we are doing... obviously, a preview now. As I say, both teams come in on contrasting form. Liam, we'll start with you, considering we're the higher team, shall I say. We're sitting fourth. Ryan Hardy in some of the greatest form that I've ever seen him in. Defence looking solid as a brick wall. How confident are you going into this game? And I suppose how many goals do you think we're going to score past Doncaster? It should be really the question, because I shouldn't imagine we're going to concede too many or at all.
No, I mean, we should score quite a couple. I mean, I'm going to say 3-0 just to put it out there. Yeah, I mean, I'm going confident into this game because I think the Portsmouth result is just a kick in the teeth, really. I didn't think Pompey deserved the draw. Their fans are saying that they deserved the draw, and did they out? No, they didn't. Not in the second half. Who was the when Raggett got the shot away? Who was in front of him?
Couldn't tell you.
Because it must have been another defender.
Yeah, because he almost got a toe in. That's just baffles me, really. But I mean,
I haven't bothered watching the highlights back. I can't. I'm still so angry about it. To be completely honest with you.
Yeah, I mean they uploaded matchday moments. I was like, nah, I'm not watching it. I can't be asked.
Nah, couldn't be bothered. But we are coming in with great form. Let's take away the Pompey result. We beat AFC Wimbledon, who were letting goals go in left, right, and centre. We beat Sheffield Wednesday convincingly 3-0. Add that onto the point against Fleetwood, the 3 points against Gillingham. We face some of the tougher sides to break down.
If we don't concede in like the 94th minute of 5 added on, touch wood this season.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if we keep that out this season, we're going to do well. It's just whether we
if referees can stop adding on ridiculous amount of time for our games, that'll just be swell.
I get that loads of like.
How did we get 5 minutes added on against Pompey?
I think we would play a boring game and we get 5 added minutes on, or I think we had 7 at one point. And I was like, 7 added minutes.
I swear what they do is they just, the spin the wheel app. I swear they put in like up to 10 minutes.
Thunderball, and you spin that.
They just press the button. They're like, 5 minutes added on time. 5 minutes. I swear.
I think they have like a room next door to the stadium where the referees hang out, and they have like one of those National Lottery Thunderball machines, and they do like the whole National Lottery draw behind closed doors. And then whichever number comes out, that's how much of the time they give.
I know.
It's like the National Lottery for fucking referees.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous how much added time that is added on.
If we're losing or drawing, they just add like 3 minutes on. It's like, yeah, brilliant, thanks.
Yeah, that's normally the way. Normally, when we're just 1-0 or 2-1 ahead, it's normally the other way around. But Aaron, I'll go to you next. Donny, worst start to a season ever. Which
joint worst start to a season, I think.
Well, I joint worst, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same, really.
Yeah.
How have you viewed the start of the season for Doncaster?
I mean, I can't really pull any punches. There has been factors. I'm going to take everything into consideration with this. So there has been factors like big injuries to certain players, COVID periods at certain times, and also international call-ups during other games away from the league. So there has been factors into why we could have lost those games. But on the other hand, some of the decisions for some of the goals we conceded against some of those teams were not good enough, in my opinion. I do believe, and Richie once came out and said it at the start of the season, this is going to be a slow burner start. So we were warned about it. We were warned about a slow burner start. And yes, some people can't take the bumps. Some people can. Some people 50-50. But I knew it was going to be a slow burner. That's why I'm not as angry as I would have been if we were promised an absolute flying start. We were promised, we were given a dose of reality before the season started. It was going to be a slow burner, and we were just going to build fitness into this brand new permanent spine, because the whole mission behind this season was to consolidate League One and build a permanent spine that we build on the next 2-3 years. So I had every expectation that this was going to take some time to get going. Yes, it's been poor. Yes, we've lost every game bar one in the league. Hopefully, fingers crossed, but very unlikely in the bookies' eyes, make it 2. But very unlikely in the bookies' eyes. But like I said, we were promised a slow burner start, and that's what I'm going off. And now we've got the first win. Fingers crossed, this is the end of our slow burner. We can start to, turn things around with more players getting confident every week, with more training sessions, with a full. I mean, the training session last week, heading into the Morecambe match, was the first one in this season and pre-season with a full group of players involved. So, you've got to take every kind of confidence from that. So, with more players in training and the full group in training now, and with more confidence building in the players, more fitness building in the players that needed fitness, and with players now starting to come back as well, there might be little hitches here and there, but we're starting to feel a lot more confident now, and we're going to get out of this at some point. It's going to happen. So it was a slow burner start, disappointing, but I already knew what was coming, a slow burner season.
Yeah, look, you've alluded to it, how difficult it has been for Doncaster. We've not had that difficulty. Do you think this is the worst time to play Argyle? You just got a bit of confidence after your win against Morecambe. Would you not have preferred maybe a team closer down the league than a team that is right up there? Because with confidence, you win games, but let's say you beat Morecambe 1-0 and then get a pasting at home park. Does that confidence then just skydrop again? And what's your viewpoint of facing Argyle at this time?
Again, it's a very 50-50 look on it, because on the one hand, you're like, I would rather have swapped with the Crew game. So we sort of maybe play Crew, then we're scheduled to call off where we're scheduled to play Crew at the minute. So maybe I would have liked to call off in Plymouth due to international call-ups and then play it at a later date just to, keep delaying it for several reasons. But on the other hand, I'm like, you know what? Let's give ourselves a tough test. We got our first win. We got another win in the Papa John's Trophy just to give the guys some fitness and a bit more confidence for the second team as well as the first team. well, let's just say bench players. Let's give ourselves a test now. Let's give ourselves one of the toughest tests of the season to really test how we want to put our bounce to the test. 2 wins on the bounce. Let's try and make it 3 against arguably the best team in the league this season. And that's what I think Plymouth are, in my opinion. They're arguably the best team in the league this season, bar none, because they've got a decent squad, an extremely talented manager. They've got a stadium and facilities and fan base that should be Premier League level. So, let's give ourselves this tough test, because maybe to put ourselves in a position where we have to face one of the toughest teams in the league this season, at this point especially, again, this is a true test of our bounce. Maybe we needed this because we got a win against the Morecambe side that were looking decent. They were breaking everyone's expectations, but they'd had some bad games. They had a couple of bad games. So they were there to be got at, and we got them. Yes, there's been weak points. I mean, even you guys can admit there's been a couple of weak one moment in games from Plymouth, like the Portsmouth match maybe with one of the goals, or I think the Cambridge match as well, that dreaded equaliser. There's been a couple of moments where Plymouth needed to fix up, and they have done after the games that they need to fix up. I would say this is the best time to play Plymouth because it gives us a test to put our bounce of wins to the test, and it maybe gives Plymouth a test to see, do they take it easy on us because of how low we are and don't expect us to do well, and then we go and surprise them? Or do they go full guns blazing? We go full guns blazing and expect the unexpected. But I think it's the best. On the other hand, it's the best time to face Plymouth because it's the perfect way to put your unbeaten run. Not unbeaten run, but I guess technically it's 2 wins on the bounce, so it is technically an unbeaten run. But let's see what happens because the big test is maybe what we need to put Wellington's know-how to the test as well.
Yeah, Liam. Obviously, we are currently unbeaten in 7. We've not actually drawn 2 games consecutively all season. Right? Every time we've drawn, we've come out with a performance and we've beat the opposition, which maybe this is the worst time for Doncaster to play us because normally what happens when we draw, we come out and we perform. Now, obviously, there's some other stuff that is surrounding John Lucas fucking off to Salford, which we'll discuss. Head of fitness, so we'll discuss that in the Argyle podcast next week. But ultimately, we've been in really good form, and a big part of that form has been Ryan Hardy. How crucial has he been to Argyle this season?
So sorry, say that again.
How crucial has Ryan Hardy been to Argyle this season?
Yeah, he's been brilliant. He scored how many? I think
6. Which actually I think puts what he scored last season as a whole. I think he scored the same amount of goals that he scored last season.
That's progress.
That's more than progress, unless the boy goes on like a 38 game goal drought and he's beaten last season's record already, I think, or close to it. But Liam, he has been crucial. Do you expect him to turn up again on Saturday? Liam is muted at the moment, which is always good to know.
Say it again.
I said, do you expect Ryan to turn up on Saturday?
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. Well, I guess we actually one last question before we do go into score predictions. It is only going to be a really quick stream, guys. Just because all the stuff, go on the First XI, watch that. Aaron's doing a preview tomorrow that I was on. That's going up tomorrow that I was on.
I'll load it tonight.
Watch that. Like, there's plenty of things for us to. There's plenty of it. We've said everything. There's no point repeating it and just saying the regurgitated. Can't even speak. That's the one, regurgitated crap. But Aaron, which players for Argyle are you fearing the most that will turn up?
See, first of all, I think the first one is a very important one to mention. I think it's the whole squad as a whole in terms of its chemistry and its dynamic.
He's petrified of the entire squad.
I'm picking out individual play. I'm going to pick out individual players.
Shirley is making Aaron quake in his boots.
But no, there's obviously a couple of independent individual players, but the squad as a whole, the way they work, the way they dynamize together, I think that could be a real tough test. Like I said, a real tough test. And think what we like about the own goal that Dahlberg let in against Accrington. That's comedy. That's just a comedy one-off error that would never happen again. Hopefully,
you hope.
I'm no hope. I don't jinx it now. And
own goal incoming tomorrow.
But realistically, put all the banter aside, take that own goal away. He has been arguably the best goalkeeper we have had in like the last 8-9 years.
I'm glad he said that, because if you're going to say in the league, there's a certain Michael Cooper who'd like to have a conversation.
No. The best goalkeeper we've had in a long, long time, and. Take the own goal and the different things aside. His kicking sometimes isn't always great. Sometimes we'll make bad moves and we'll pass back to the goalkeeper and we'll clear it out. But he can make some world-class saves, and he's called upon on the penalty spot when needed. He's called upon when needing to save something. He's called upon when needing to die something. The whole squad as a dynamite together is going to be a big test for the back four and Dahlberg, because Dahlberg's been excellent for nearly all of this season. This is his toughest test. He's got to keep out that partnership of Hardy and Jeff.
He's coming up against one of the most prolific poachers in the league, which is Jeffcott. If that ball's bouncing around the penalty area, Jeffcott is putting that in the back of the net. And Brian Hardy, if you make one mistake, as in you step up too much or you don't trap back, Hardy is having you on breakfast, mate.
I mean, literally, it's like Dahlberg, in terms of XG, statistically, is the best goalkeeper, the best shot stopper in this league.
I just hope, for your sake, that Hardy doesn't sell him a hot dog.
Oh, if that happens, no excuses. It was a good move and we should have done better. But if
he says sells Dahlberg a hot dog, Dahlberg is done out here, bruv.
And apparently, according to Watford fans, he's a season, maybe 2 away from first team football. So, I mean, they must be really developing.
If a hot dog is given, that puts it down a few more years. people don't recover from the hot dog.
I know, but this is going to be. That's why it's really exciting, though. It's arguably the most dynamic forward partnership, attacking partnership in the league this season. Against statistically the best shot stopper in this league. Statistically, the best shot stopper in this league in terms of XG, it's Dahlberg. So I know Cooper's a better goalkeeper, obviously for Argyle fans, but. I mean,
you haven't seen him do.
I've seen highlights of him play. He is arguably the best goalkeeper in the football league.
He is a full-blown shot stopper, though.
He's arguably one of the most underrated goalkeepers and best goalkeepers in English football. But statistically, Dahlberg is the best shot stopper. Seeing him come up against one of the most dynamic forward partnerships in League One, it's going to be so exciting to watch, to see how those two connect together. And how Dahlberg stays alert, stays focused, and tries his best to keep the goals out. Yeah. So it's going to be really exciting to see that. One particular player I'm very interested to seeing if he plays or not is Panucci Camara. I'm interested to see if he's going to get any minutes, maybe off the bench. I know that midfield
he'll start. He's been a mainstay in the Argyle midfield all season. He's high energy. He's high energy. You have to handle. He will press you. He will fight you. He'll get the ball. And the midfield as a whole, I think the one person you ought to be afraid of is Jordan Houghton. Jordan can pick up.
We know what he can do. We know.
And Jordan can pick. He can pick a pass quite
100%.
quite nicely, and the other one is
don't. Former Doncaster Rovers players in that squad. Jordan Hounson and Connor Grant. Those are two players that we're really going to have to watch out for because we know what their quality is like.
Connor's more of a Janner now. He's been with us a lot longer than he was with you.
Oh yeah, I know that, but I mean, like he's had
Edwards. Though you want to be careful of Edwards because somehow he can
lead a legend. Edwards.
Well, no, he started doing overhead kicks now, so be a bit worried about him because I don't know what he's doing next. So with Boner probably. I don't know what is.
He's going to do a one night only Lamella.
I completely have no idea what's in his locker. I think his locker is top secret. And he surprises me even. And I've seen everything at Home Park. I've seen a lot, but I never in my world. I would have expected Danny Mayer maybe to have had the ability to do an overhead kick. I certainly didn't expect Edwards to be, especially he's not old, but I think he's like 32 or 31. I certainly wasn't expecting him to do an overhead kick at that time. I thought that he's doing a Rabona next. I just have that feeling.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like I was saying, there might be specific players we can pick out. Cooper with his world-class saves. Going to be a big test if the forwards are up for it in this game and they're really going to give out the best attacking performance we've given all season and go full throttle like we did against Morecambe, then Cooper's going to have to be what he usually is, and that's his A game.
Before they get to Cooper, they've just got a Dan Scott and James Wilson. Yeah. They're just chilling there. They're just stood there like, oh, you want to see Mike? Good luck.
Dan Scott is really surprised. I think I said at the start of the season during the window, we never knew what he was going to do in a Plymouth shirt, and I seriously had some doubts about him because of him with his League Two.
You had doubts. You were on the stream with me when we did.
I had loads of doubts, but those doubts have been well and truly at this early stage put to bed and given a hot dog. Dan Scott. I've been sold a hot dog with Dan Scott. He's been my surprise. He's been my underrated signing of the season in the whole of English football. Never mind.
I was going to go to Liam on that one. Liam, our defence: Dan Scar, Wilson, Gillespie, Galloway, Cooper. How important are they? Like, as I said before, they get a ticket to having a shot on Cooper's goal, which is normally not going in anyway. They've just got those three to get past. And last time I checked, Dan Scar wasn't letting much past him. And if he did, he was probably just hacking him out because
Thiago Chakir better learn men's football fast, otherwise he's going to receive a harsh lesson from Dan Scott, Mr. John Cena.
Not just Dan, I think James Wilson's going to teach him a bit of no nonsense as well.
James Wilson is Brock Lesnar, Dan Scar's John Cena, never give up, and you've got the fucking Merseyside phenom Brendan Galloway.
It's going to get brutal for him, but I think it was Dan's guy.
And the Aussie Beast, we're calling
someone, if they were going to get past Dan's guy, I think he just took him out. And then the referee was walking up to him and was going to book him. He went, yeah, cool. Just walked off. He was like, yeah, cool. Just add that to my list.
This is going to be good.
Ryan, I'll pay the fine tomorrow. It's fine. But Liam, that defense though, it's a men's defense now. It's full of men, which we didn't have last season.
Yeah, I mean, defense was awful last year. This year, brilliant. Dan Scott has been amazing.
I think I said on the EFL show for the first time ever, Will Ameson, Keelan Watson, Jerome Apoku are not welcome back at Home Park. I don't even care.
By the way, Trevor Kettle's refereeing the game. If you guys wanted to know,
at least it ain't fucking what's his name.
I've already forgotten.
I can't even remember the name of the guy I really dislike.
The assistants are Michael Begley and Stephen Plain, and then Alex James will be the fourth official. So,
to be fair, all the FL referees are the same shit. But let's go on to score predictions. Now, if you watch the FL show, you'll know what we've all given. Well, I have, and Aaron. I gave 2-0. If we can see Cooper, I want explanations written down, and I want that defence doing lines, not of cocaine like Dom. I want them doing 500 lines saying, why the fuck did we let Doncaster score?
So if our guy going to be smoking that marijuana again?
Fucking better not be. They haven't been. That was my catchphrase last year. Just smoking marijuana because they were a bunch of
I
potheads.
remember that. God, I can't believe it's been a year since that.
Oh, well, I'm sort of glad that we don't have that.
I know that, but I mean, like, you got to look back and think it's been a year since we've.
I don't wish to look back at that defense. If
I know,
that's
but
what
I mean, like memories of the bad.
No, I really don't want to memorize that. Last season didn't happen in my eyes.
That was erased from history.
You are absolutely correct there, buddy. That was erased from history and set on fire and then blown the fuck out of the world. Because I do not.
I also blocked Hitler's dad while I was at it.
Lovely. But what's your prediction, Aaron?
Well, I'm first of all kind of interested I'm actually not interested, but I've kind of got a reason why you're not asking me what players for Donny we need to look out for. But
I could do that, but you've already spoken about Dolberg, and that's probably your biggest threat, and he's in your goal. So
I mean, there's a couple of standouts in the bad, like Ethan Galbraith, for example. He's someone that I've rated even through defeat. He's a technical wizard.
And I'm looking at our midfield going, yeah, he's out of that game.
And
you can bring.
If he's not injured on his day, Rodrigo Vilca's got technical ability to max.
What position does he play?
He's on the wing. I know he's a panic buy on the last day of the deadline window.
Which side? Which side, right or left?
On the right.
But he's coming up against Conor Grant, so I'm really not afraid.
That's it again. Interesting.
To be fair, either side, he was up against Joe Edwards or Conor Grant. And again, I don't mean to be big-headed, but I have no issue with that.
Yeah, I get that. And, Joe Dudu, now he's got those 2 goals in a different trophy. Again, I think he's talked about, I know it was against a different opponent, but in terms of football in general with the training and everything, Joe Dudu's got more confidence building in him as well, and he can get those goals again. And Thiago got 6 shots. Maybe he's got more confidence out of that to go in the league and try his best, I guess.
Against Dan Scar, James Wilson, and Brendan Galloway or Macaulay Gillespie. Like, are you disrespecting Dan Scar? Because if so, Dan Scar would like a chat.
Close again. He's Ben Close. When we brought him, he was we used the golden era squad. We sort of looked for a Brian Stock type midfielder. I think you must have remembered the days when I think it was like 08, 09 when Brian 07, 08 when Brian Stock was the golden era midfielder.
Don't want to upset you, mate, but we were in the league above you.
Yeah, I know that, but in terms of using the golden era to create a new permanent spine, Close has been impressive at times this season, so he could pull out something out of the
I'm looking at our midfield. I'm like, I don't expect your midfield to shine.
Bostock could be injured for this game, so
Panucci's
probably the big
Panucci's probably definitely man marking one of the fuckers out of the game.
Yeah,
and then the other one,
or Matt Smith. Matt Smith's been all right.
I get that.
Assist king from the youth.
But then you've also got to think, if you allow too much room in your midfield and you allow Ryan Broom to go forward,
we're going to get absolutely demolished.
Well, what I was about to say is, if you allow Ryan Broom to become any more advanced than he is as a central midfielder, and you let him even go anywhere near a cam position, with Ryan Hardy, as I say, if you step up and you allow Ryan Hardy to use his pace, I pray for you. I pray for you a lot, because that would be brutal. But anyway,
any of our players could pull out something. Even Tommy Rowan, Carl Noel.
Maybe. But what's your score prediction?
Well, I haven't got a contract with Let's Talk Premier League, so
but try to remain sensible.
Realistically,
you are bottom. You are bottom of the league and just managed to beat Morecambe 1-0. Last time I checked, aren't Morecambe 18th or something?
Something like that, yeah.
And we're 4th. Yeah, and we're 4th.
See, I'm going to go for what I predicted in my personal preview that I recorded tonight. For Friday, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Rovers win.
As you're deluded.
I personally feel like we can snatch something, maybe something late, maybe
And
not even your mistake. Maybe get even
I personally think I'll be able to shag Beyonce. And I personally, honestly, think I'll be able to shag Beyonce tomorrow, but I don't think that's happening.
No, but I mean, like you do, like something like you don't blame the second goal, something quite late.
Oh, no. Yeah, I don't think I don't think you'll physically be able to score 2 goals. You think you're scoring 2 goals when you've scored 3 all season against one of the best defenses in the league?
Like I said, I've got confidence.
Can I have some of what you've been smoking, please?
I've been smoking positivity, unfortunately.
Now, Liam,
it can be quite a dangerous drug. But yeah, like I said, I've got confidence in my own team. You got confidence in your team. Let's see what happens.
I have reason to be confident. You have none.
No. We've won a game now, and there's a lot more confidence around the
Argyle have done that a couple of times, including Sheffield Wednesday, which you lost 2-0 to, didn't you?
Well, actually, to be fair, we were the better team for 65 minutes. What was 2 goals?
What was the score?
2-0.
Yeah, we beat them 3-0. Also, we lost 2-0 to Rotherham. How much did you lose to Rotherham in the Papa John's Trophy?
6-0.
Oh, the irrelevant cup, 6-0.
Oh yeah, that one. Liam,
but they put out. But we didn't really put out our first team, did we? We didn't have Dolbo.
Neither did they. Let's be serious.
No, but we didn't have our top goalkeeper or top midfielder. So
neither did they. To be fair, mate. Like we're
still getting players back from injury, and we're still getting fit.
So were they. They had a debut on that day, a debut that you know quite well, Aaron, don't you? Obviously, it was on his way to a certain club, wasn't he?
Yeah, and then Rotherham.
I wasn't going to be this harsh, but then you mentioned you'd win 2-0, 2-1, and then my mentality changed.
Yeah, the guy that was going to sign for us, and then Rotherham put out the same financial package, and Will Grigg was given a football decision, and he chose Rotherham over Doncaster, and that's his loss.
I can only imagine why.
We've got Joe to do now, so it's fine.
Don't make me laugh. But Liam, I've predicted 2-0. Aaron has come up with 2-1. Do you want to discuss any of that, or
make your own prediction?
No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to say 3-0. Argyle.
Fair enough.
Liam doesn't.
Let's see what happens. Maybe something will happen. Let's see.
Liam is so angry that he doesn't even want to talk about your prediction. I can imagine Liam right now has just got steam coming out of his ears. It's like, oh.
Let's just see what happens. I mean, anything could happen. It is League One after all.
You're right. I mean, shagging Beyonce has always been a dream of mine, but there
has been situations already this season where the team in the favourite team by loads.
I agree. There has been favoured times where I've been on the phone with Beyonce and it's nearly come to a fruition, but she hasn't quite come over.
Put all the banter aside, there has been times in League One where the favourite has always dropped points.
Yeah. Cool. That hasn't happened.
That's football.
Yeah. The best we've let is a team draw. I mean, Rotherham beat us first day of the season. We've not lost since then.
Karma's a biatch, and it will come sooner or later, whether it's us or someone else.
It'll probably be Sunderland because we do quite well. Like, who's our bogey team, Liam? Crew, isn't it? It's fucking Crew, isn't it?
And that's it's
not even fucking Crew, is it? We beat them on our first day. Who's our fucking bogey team?
I'm so mad that Crew's going to get postponed at some announced to be postponed because
Burton is Burton our bogey team? No, Wickham are our bogey. We cannot beat them fuckers for some reason. They will be the team that beat us. We'll lose. Yeah. We'll lose 1-0 to them.
If you get a point against Wickham, then maybe it is your season.
If we get a point against Wickham, I'm running down the road with that. Fuck that. Nah, run with it, boys. Don't walk back. Don't go. Don't try and get free. Just walk.
Do you think if you don't lose to Wickham, you get something out of that? Maybe 3 points or 1 point. You think maybe this is our season to go back to the Championship?
Yeah. It's all about that form. If we can continue this form throughout the rest of the season, and mind you, it is us on form and
I'm quite a realist when it comes to League One. I usually decide where we're going to fight for maximum and minimum halfway through the season.
Well, I was just about to say for January we're going to do another predictions on where we think and everyone's going to finish, and it's going to be such an interesting one. But I think we're also doing this form without our best players. We Ennis is still injured. Danny Mayer is
we dodged a bullet with Niall Ennis, 100%.
And then you've got Cooper, who's been injured. James Bolton, I don't even know what he looks like. I've completely forgot we even signed him.
He signed this season.
And that's the thing. Like we're doing this without the depth. We're doing this without. And if we can continue this and carry it on and on and on and on, us into the championship, here we go. If we're still up in the top 2 by February, March, welcome aboard HMS Argyle piss in the league. But we are going
to that at the start of the season with all those big.
I just want to sort of say that Liam was pessimistic about the season. He was like, "Oh, I'll take top 10," and Charlie had us in 9th, and Donny had us about 8th, and I was like, I think we're gonna go up. I think we're getting automatic promotion, boys. Hey, no one wanted to listen to the Jana, did they?
But I think with us, like I said, the plan here is, and you know,
I was on about us.
I knew that. It's when we were speaking about league positions, and it was like for us this season, it's just make sure we get a considerable finish, whether that's 15th upwards, wherever in the top 15. And
you'll be lucky. You'll be lucky to get 15.
Maybe we'll finish where you were last season, 18th. And you know what? I'll accept that because this season was all about consolidation and building.
With the way you're going, 18th would be overachieving because by the looks of it, relegation is the Grim Reaper is stood behind Doncaster and he's just ready to strike when needed.
If we get 2 relegations to League 2 in the space of this ownership being in charge and that whole 2-3 year plan being
imagine if you got back-to-back relegations down to a National League.
Then I will turn against the owners. I will turn against them.
Boy, we would have to kick you off the EFL show because we physically can't even have you on.
No, we just call it we just call it English Football Show and we'd include the National League.
Well, we're already gonna have to cover the Championship when Argyle are in there next year. If you get relegated a couple of times, we physically can't have you. How many leagues do you want us to cover? Aaron will be there on the first XI with his own show.
We just rename it the English Football Show and just cover the National League as well.
Aaron will have his own show called the National League Show.
Get that NL Top 20, or what's his name? That non-league YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, you could get him on. Charlie might be down there with you. I might have 2 new co-hosts with me. Imagine that. I'm there in the Championship. We might have to find a couple more fans. It'll be like, oh dear God.
You never split up the Charlie, Niall, and Aaron team.
Yeah, Aaron just become an original pending certain things over the end of the season. It's up for review at the end of the season, isn't it?
So, no, I swear to God, if we survive relegation, last show of the EFL show of the season needs to be live. This is
hold on. If this is if we're being fair. If Argyle's just been promoted, I'm sorry, but you're getting your backside down to home park and we're doing it outside home park. I'm not joking. I pick Argyle being promoted to Championship over you staying up. Like, realistically. So if we go up, then last show is live from home park.
A couple of camera crews like what the Friday night at the Terrace one does.
Well, probably only the one. I think we'll only get the one crew. I don't think. But I could even maybe nice little email to Simon Alec and I've got a YouTube channel. We're looking to come down and party outside home park after we've just shithoused our way up to the Championship.
I can't wait to see the Plymouth fans behind me that's just going to abuse me when I'm there.
It'll be Liam first. He'll have banners a lot. He's already probably got a banner saying Aaron's a melt being painted now.
He's just got it freshly pressed, ready for the end of the season.
That's your favourite saying, isn't it, Liam? You're a melt.
Yeah, no.
But we did have some positives off the field as well going into this game. Obviously, the former Chelsea player Frank Sinclair's now one of our academy coaches, which is great. So That's something good.
That will deliver you 3 points on Saturday. But we are going to wrap it up there.
It's just confidence.
We are going to wrap it up there. It was only going to be 15, but once we all get chatting, it never ends like that anyway. We'll be back you're seeing this Friday, so we'll be back later on today with the Chelsea show at 6 p.m. So make sure you tune in for that, and the United show at 10 p.m. Tonight, hosted by RJ. I have absolutely no idea who's on the panel for either of those, so keep your eyes out, and obviously plenty going on this weekend. Before you do go, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you're a Doncaster fan, you want to give me a boost, my Twitter is Niall_PAFC, and I will retaliate. So do bear that in mind. You
be
absolute
warned, fans, you will get it back. I've already seen some Donny fans on Twitter. I've seen them go at you mad time, saying you're bullying me.
Yeah, I'm going to bully them later tonight. So yeah, make sure you check that out. And then if you want to follow the channel's Twitter, where we're a bit more professional, that's at Let's Talk EPL, and we'll block you if you're a twat. And Instagram at Let's Talk EPL _, you'll also be blocked if you're a twat on that. And on TikTok at Let's Talk Premier League. And I'll send you to Twitch, same as Let's Talk Premier League. And if you're a twat on any other platform, we'll just send you to Ecstasy. So make sure you do that. Aaron, where can they find you, mate?
You can find me on Twitter, Aaron_Challoner, Instagram at Aaron Challoner Official, Snapchat, Coach_Chal19, TikTok at Aaron Challoner, YouTube, Coach the Chal, and Forever Football DRFC, which is getting a rebrand and a rename because I've opened up to the world of sports. So from then on, from a certain period of time, which I will announce later on in the year, it will be called Chal Chat Sports. So it will be opened up a little bit more.
Instead of Forever Football DRFC?
Yeah, but so it could be called Chal Chat Sports now because we're going to open it up to a lot more sports. And I've got some banging videos lined up. We're going to be covering NBA, NFL, college basketball,
I actually replied to your tweet. I don't know much about the NFL, but if you do a watch along, I will happily do it. Fuck knows if I'll know anything about it, but I'll happily do that and be like, because I'm slowly learning. Obviously, I'm up late at night. I won't be going to bed till 7 a.m. I'm actually awake for most of the matches, so I've had it on in the background. It's not too bad.
Yeah. But I'm going to be opening up to a lot more. I've got some great videos lined up. We've got an NBA journalist that's going to be coming on the show at some point, and they will be. I will be. I've just seen it. I will be getting an NBA journalist on the channel very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be talking about if the Lakers can win another NBA championship, especially with the rising age of their squad. But still with the King LeBron James. So we've got that video to come amongst many others from the National Hockey League, the NBA, the NFL, college basketball, college football, as well as football in general. We are still going to be covering Doncaster Rovers. Don't you worry about that. They will remain the same. The Donny content will remain the same. We're going to open it up to more content. Might do some Champions League and Europa League watch-alongs. Who knows? So Chal Chat Sports, the rebrand is coming. Stay tuned.
That's our stuff. Back off. Now you can have Europa League. Actually, you can't do Europa League because I tried doing one in our.
I'll do Europa Conference League since no one cares about it, and
you physically can because we have the EFL show at that time. Actually, you could do an 8 p.m. kickoff, but I physically couldn't do it because I had the EFL show at 6:30, and then I got the Liverpool show at 8, so I physically can't do Europa League. I'm fucked if United go down to the Europa League. I really am.
But yeah, Chal Chat Sports incoming.
Perfect. He is going to He's going to Americanize his channel. Love to see it.
Yeah, it's a new chapter for me as a presenter and a pundit and an analyst of sports as well.
If I just swap you for Liam, so everyone can see Liam's name, where can they find you, young man?
Liam Martin on YouTube, Twitter Liam PFC Martin 1, and Instagram Liam PFC Martin.
Perfect. We'll be back later on tonight, but until then, thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.
Bye-bye.